Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy, with our weekly healing reading. So as usual, I pulled one card from the Shaman Oracle and one from the Vintage Wisdom deck and an angel card, and you can see those in the image. So instead of first reading the voice of the Shaman card, which I usually do, and I will read it, but not until the end, I want to talk a little bit about this, because this seems like a very kind of harmonious and sort of pointed healing. So we have the Dancer of Fear from the Shaman cards, and then we have Abundance from the Vintage Wisdom. I drew the Dancer of Fear first, and I was just looking at it a little more carefully than I have in the past. And notice this happens with all cards. You notice details that you haven't noticed before in particular settings. And one thing is that this person, loosely described as a person, this figure seems to be bearing things. In other words, has little bags of stuff. And there's an arrow headed to it, or an arrow-like figure, actually from both directions. And even the fractures in the rock look like they're kind of invasive and attacking. So there's a sense here, again, before I even drew the Abundance card, it was definitely synchronicity, that this figure was carrying things, and it's the things that the person carried that were creating the attack and the need to be fearful or defensive. So you might even say in the tarot, it would be similar to the Four of Pentacles or the Seven of Wands, in the sense of what you have or what you have accomplished resulting in attack, or in this case resulting in fear. Like the Four of Pentacles is sometimes viewed as a fearful clinging to what you have. But the indication here is that there is some reason for fear. And again, that it's what the figure has that is inviting attack, that others want it. Or perhaps even that clinging to things is preventing this person, is putting a person into a situation of fear, because all of their energy is occupied clinging to things, and so they can't defend themselves, or they can't act. It's like if you, if you have a bag of gold in each hand, then you can't wield a sword, kind of thing. When you, when you see something coming at you, you immediately grab to keep the things that you have, then you can't. You're not instead grabbing for what would defend you, or even looking for higher ground or a better position where you perhaps couldn't be attacked. Okay, so you go into the fear mode, and the fear mode is one of clinging in this case. And then we drew the Abundance card. So it's really, to me, just really interesting. So here, abundance is maybe creating fear. Or we also have the fear of abundance. In other words, this fear may be illusion. It could be that we are afraid of abundance because we believe that if we reveal our abundance, or if we become an abundant person, we will receive more attention and thus attack and need to defend ourselves. Fear of abundance could also just be that we tend to get what would you say, overwhelmed. We tend to get overwhelmed, and so as things start coming into our life, if you look at the abundance card, it's like all of these flowers have run to her and are clinging to her bosom. It's kind of amusing. Doesn't, even though her hands are up there, kind of like she's gathered them, they look as though they're clinging to her. And she's perfectly happy. There are butterflies in there, indicating transformation. Okay, so we have we're overwhelmed by bad things, but we can be overwhelmed by good things too, because they're unfamiliar. And what is unfamiliar also creates fear. So examine what sorts of things make you feel overwhelmed. And if they're good things, examine how you can prevent a fear response from those things coming to you, those good things, good attention, love, money. If those things suddenly coming to you creates an anxiety response, question it. Think about some sort of ritual, and certainly the dancer of fear indicates dance. Dance it out, put on some music, learn to celebrate, let go of the anxiety. Apologize if you can hear the dog snoring in the background. Freedom. We have the freedom card I chose from the angel cards. And this would also indicate going into nature, soaking up the sun, going to a hot tub, piecing out in other ways to let go of fear, get some perspective, focus on the positive. It also shows somebody, the angel is in the skinny, nude. So be willing to be vulnerable. That's what nudity in cards generally means to me. Be willing to be vulnerable and open. It's one of those things where you kind of maybe walk into your fear, and when you see that it doesn't in fact harm you, that you can pass through what you believe will be harmful or threatening, that often breaks the spell. So let's go ahead and read the voice of the dancer of fear. I am the dancer of fear. I teach you when to move forward and when to retreat, how to consider dangers you may be facing and when to take risks. To master me is to become stronger, yet I can undermine everything you do if I am allowed to. When I am with you, you may be afraid to move, but I also protect you from the kinds of risk that can bring you to places of greater terror. Again, in this reading, I think it's a matter of identifying illusions, illusory, where we're fearing things that are a matter kind of fearing change, or not knowing how to manage a change that comes our way. So again, healing energy, dance, open yourself up, get out into nature, accept abundance, say thank you, and thank you. And, breathe deeply and accept the good changes coming into your life. All right, that's it for our healing reading. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, visiting my website, thistlegypsy.weebly.com. I appreciate everyone's support. We'll have I'll have lots of readings for you between now and now and the next time I do a healing reading. Healings are always on Thursdays. So Friday we've got the Inner Child reading coming up, and I've been doing a lot of readings for Valentine's. Where are you at? In your search for true love readings, I've been putting up a lot of, and I'll be finishing those, well, probably Friday. And I think I'm going to do something, since Valentine's happily ends on a Sunday, or arrives on a Sunday. I will probably do something specifically for Valentine's Day, because I should have the time. And probably because some of the love readings I've been doing are on the rough side. I think a lot of people are kind of at an uncomfortable place in that search for true love. And so I might do just kind of a love healing reading for Sunday the 14th. So you can watch for that. And just like the love readings, I'll probably do them according to the zodiac. And I'll probably use just the Vintage Wisdom, maybe Vintage Wisdom and an angel card, but the Vintage Wisdom energy seems appropriate for my intention to send out some healing energy to people in their search for love. So look for that. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.